welcome. It's been quite some time, and here I am back. I've had lots going on this last couple of weeks, so sorry if I missed a couple of Mondays. I'm aware today is a Wednesday, but last Monday was actually my birthday, so I couldn't have done it on my. I could have, but I decided my rule is never cook on my birthday, so always be treated and taken out for dinner. So I couldn't do it on Monday. Anyway, so tonight we are making, as you know, salmon pasta al salmone. Here we go. So it's going to be an incredibly easy recipe. It's going to be very quick.
Remember to write your questions in the chat.
Yes, remember to write your questions in the chat. If you have any questions, my daughters, both of them. One is my director and the other one is my assistant at the chat. So tonight is a real family affair. Thank goodness, because if I have to deal with Zoom, it's catastrophe every time. So if you have any questions, please write it on the chat and I will be asked and I will answer straight away.
We have a lot of happy birthday messages.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. So going back to the recipe for tonight. Lucy, are you taping, by the way? Are you recording? Okay, good. Just making sure, because we end up never to record this thing. Okay, so I sent the list of what you needed for tonight, and I said the most important thing is actually the pasta has to be egg pasta. Usually this kind of pasta was made by my grandma. She was incredible at making homemade pasta. Obviously, my grandma is not around anymore, unfortunately. And to be honest with you, it's such a long process that I just rather buy the pasta. I could make it, but it's very time consuming and my life is too busy for me to spend hours making the pasta. But if you have the time, I think it's a wonderful, wonderful way to get in touch with food and real hands-on activity. So since I didn't have the chance to make it and I wanted you also to be able to find pasta, without having to make it by hand, I bought, as I said on the instructions, I bought the Cecco Fettuccine egg. So you can see that they are not your regular pasta like the spaghetti and the hard pasta. You can see that it's got some egg in it. So I haven't tried it. We're going to try them tonight. They look good by the look of it. So we'll just hope that this is going to work. I'm going to use it's 4 of us. So I'm going to use both boxes of 250 grams each. Generally speaking, if you buy hard pasta like spaghetti and penne, whatever, one box is 1 ounce. Is it 1 ounce? 1 pound. Sorry, 1 pound. So the two of them together make 1 pound because it's very light pasta. Okay, and also it needs to be always in a box. So be aware of pasta that is egg pasta, fettuccine that is not in a box because it's going to break. And if it breaks, then you're going to have small little pieces of pasta.
I can't hear you.
Excellent. Did you hear me all the way up until now? Yes. Okay. Yeah. So I was saying, so I bought, I wanted to treat myself and I bought non-farm raised, but like freshly caught, wild caught Alaskan salmon. And you can see the color is a little different from your regular pink salmon. That is the farmed salmon. So I peeled it. I kind of butchered it a little bit, to be honest. It was very hard to take the peel off, but it doesn't matter. The skin, not the peel. Thank you for the correction. I'm going to be corrected. For the ones who haven't been on my lessons yet, you'll see I get corrected a lot because my English is still, even though I spent more time in English-speaking countries than in Italy, I still make mistakes like this, like peel instead of skin. Anyway, so we're gonna chop the salmon. I rinsed it and I dried it, and now I'm chopping it and I'm making like little, like this is the size of the salmon more or less. Obviously, it's gonna be not all equal in size because it is a chunk of salmon and is irregular. Therefore, there will be some a little bigger, some a little smaller. And as I said, this one piece I really butchered it, so the pieces are actually really a little, definitely not regular in size. But we're gonna just do it, and so everything is being chopped nicely. So now that we've got all the ingredients prepared, we've got the half sweet onion chopped, just to make it faster, because otherwise I would be here spending half an hour just chopping. That's your onion. And that I said I was going to make two types of pasta, like similar. One is your regular salmon with cream, and the other one is going to be a zucchini and salmon. And initially I wanted to make a cream of salmon with zucchini on top, but I probably am going to change and make a cream of zucchini with salmon on top. But you can do both. It doesn't matter. As long as you know which one to chop, which one to liquidize. I might do a green zucchini pesto instead of a pink pesto. Okay, or a pink sauce. Okay, so first thing, once I've prepared the fish, we're gonna stir fry the onion. And this is one of those times where I'm not gonna use entirely olive oil. I mean, for the ones who have been following me, I am a big supporter of olive oil. I only, use extra virgin olive oil for all my cooking, even for my popcorn. Every night as a family, we eat popcorn that I make in the pot, and I use extra virgin olive oil, which is a little unusual for popcorn, but yet I still use extra virgin olive oil. So I'm gonna put a half and half butter and extra virgin olive oil in the stir fry of the onion. And the reason why is because this is going to be a very delicate recipe, with delicate flavors. And if we use only extra virgin olive oil, it just might, extra virgin olive oil has a very strong flavor, and it just might not, match well with the rest of the ingredients. So we're going to do half and half, or if you prefer, only butter. Okay, so we've got a half of a brick. How do you call this thing? A half of grade. Get my glasses. I'm so sorry, but can't read. So this is 8 tablespoons. I'm going to use 4 of these. Okay, so here we go. We're going to stir fry everything in this pan. I'll put it on. So let me just take a clean knife, cut the 4. Let it. I don't want it to burn, so I'm just gonna put it on and wait for it to kind of cool down, melt without burning. I really dislike when the butter burns, and I try to avoid that at all costs. So I'm just making it smaller pieces so that we don't get to the point of burning it. I don't know why these two are laughing. What are they laughing at?
She's all camera crew.
This is the whole camera crew. Okay. Yeah, this is it. Okay, so as I said, I put my butter. I'm gonna put like a couple of teaspoons of oil. Again, for the ones who don't know me, I'm very let's say I'm very I don't want to say anti, but kind of. I just feel the quantity. I don't really always measure, so this was probably 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, just to give you an idea. Okay, so it's happening here. Just throw that away. I'm gonna put the onion in first and golden it. Okay, I put the whole onion. Should have used a bigger pan.
What type of onion is that?
This is just a sweet onion. Not white. I don't really like white onions. This is like a golden onion. This is it. This is it. There it is. Okay. There it is. Okay, so let's see, occhiali. Let me take this thing off because otherwise I'm able to see even close. Here we go. So we let it still fry.
Did you put any salt in that?
I will put salt. Just a touch.
Was the butter unsalted? Or
The butter was unsalted, but you can use salted butter. Again, I personally like savory food, so I will put more rather than less, but it's very much up to you how much you salt your food. You know, I just take a little bit of salt and put a pinch just so that, you know, there it is. I literally put a little bit, a pinch of salt. And what you can also do, you can put a little bit of black pepper. Okay. So generally speaking, I like to put some red chili, but this is not the right recipe for that because again, it's very delicate and we don't wanna do that. Okay, so there's your onion. And you can see it's very kind of still very wet. We need to dry a little bit. And we'll soon add the fish, the onion, and let it cook. Yeah,
where in Italy is this dish from?
This is generally, okay, whenever there's cream involved, it's generally from the north.
And
You know,
egg and pasta with eggs in it.
Yes, correct. So this is, I personally don't know exactly the region, but it's definitely from the north because egg pasta and cream is a big north you know, combination. So
And would you say that the salmon is used often in Italian cuisine or no?
no, I wouldn't say that is a typical because it's not an Italian fish. You know, it's not a Mediterranean fish.
Yeah. What are some Mediterranean fishes?
Mediterranean fishes are branzino, okay, branzino, triglie, all the small fish. Tuna is also, how do you call the fish, spada?
Swordfish.
Swordfish. So those are the biggest fishes that you can catch in the Mediterranean. So all the Mediterranean, you know, caught fish generally is the one. I think I put a lot of onion, to be honest. Maybe a little too much, to be honest. Yeah,
Never too much onion.
Yeah,
Never too much onion.
no, it is a little too much. I gotta say. Okay, so take this off. So now we're gonna add. Now that it's kind of drying out a little bit. There. Okay, now we're gonna add a little bit of wine. Let's see, maybe one white wine. One and two of these, which I don't know what these things are.
Shot
Two shots. Two shots. What is the name? What is that? What is it? 1 ounce, 2 ounces. 2 ounces of white wine, and we just let it cook, okay, until it's dry. Okay. So now on another.
What's the heat on?
The heat is on medium high because it needs to dry. This is definitely too much onion, guys. I'm telling you right now, I realize it now. I should have done half of these onions. So, but it's fine. We like onions, so it's gonna be fine. But the real recipe would have probably asked for I think it asked for a half an onion, but this was a particularly large one. So it's almost like a full onion considering the size of the onion. Anyway, it's fine. So this is boiling and is absorbing and is drying out nicely. So now we're gonna do the zucchini for the second recipe. We're gonna put it here, and the zucchini I'm gonna use again 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, and the rest of the butter. Okay, there it is. We're gonna do the same as we did in the other pan. There we go. We just chop it a little smaller so that it's quicker to melt. There we go. Let's wait. And then what we're gonna do, we put the zucchini. Okay, so the zucchini I have previously chopped, and just a quick,
How did you chop them?
oh, just in small little pieces. There it is. There's the size. It doesn't really matter because we're gonna not really smash. How do you call it with blend them. So
Do you need babies?
no, okay. So these are baby. Do you call them baby zucchinis? These? Okay, so these are the guys that I usually buy when I buy zucchini. This is what I like to buy. I really dislike those big zucchinis, like totally overgrown. If you have the chance to find these guys, rather just stick with this. They're much more tasty and fresher. And I always prefer this to the big zucchini. So I would probably say that I cut about 6. Can you still see me? This thing, I don't know if I'm see about 6 of these zucchinis to create this amount of chopped zucchini. Okay, so we're still waiting on the butter to melt properly. Okay, which is almost. In the meantime, this is
on high heat, right?
I think this is basically done. We don't want to overcook.
What heat is it on?
This is on 6. The other one is on high just because I wanted to just get a little faster. But this is totally cooked. I can see,
Would chilies be nice, Heather? I don't know.
Huh?
About chili pepper?
I said chili, I wouldn't recommend it.
Wouldn't it?
No,
Why
no,
not?
no. I don't, because chili just it's just too strong. It doesn't really work with.
That's for delicate.
Yes, this is delicate flavor. I wouldn't do chili. Okay, so now we're doing, again, we're hoping for this to kind of get warmer and melt. And while we do that, we're gonna start preparing the water for the pasta. Oh, no wonder I was on the wrong. There it is. So let me just do that. So this is actually done. Let me just work on I pre-boiled the pasta on my kettle, and I'm gonna put it in the. There we go. I'm putting it in the top. The reason why I did that is because I had that one on instead of, the one under the butter and the olive oil. So that was nice, getting nice and hot. This one was getting no heat. Okay, so there's your pasta. We're gonna cover it and we're gonna lower it because right now it's gonna take literally 2 seconds for the pasta to be ready. It's a very, very fast cooking pasta. So now that we are on the right stove, and the butter and oil are cooking nicely, I'm gonna just put the zucchini and I'm gonna let it cook, let it get soft. Okay, I will add a little bit of salt, like a pinch. Okay, again, it depends on how you like it. There we go. That's that. And then we let it cook until it gets soft. In the meantime, while we wait, so the pasta can go, ouch, that's all. The pasta can go into the water. I'm gonna do this because I never get it right. So this time I will get it right. So we are gonna put, how much salt are we gonna put in that pasta? Let's have a look.
We have a question in the chat.
Yes.
So are the 2 pans the 2 different ways you are preparing?
Yes.
Both the same part of the dish?
No, they're 2 different.
Okay.
So let's see.
So what is the difference between the 2?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you just now. Let me just. So I'm gonna do just under one. What is it? 1 tablespoon of salt in the boiling water. Ouch. For the pasta, okay? Just under 1 tablespoon. For almost a full pot. Actually, I'm gonna put a little more water because that's not enough. Let me just do that. Or in the meantime, you take a picture of that. So I'm gonna pour some more water just because my my kettle didn't really, wasn't big enough. So let me do that. Okay, so there's my water and I'm waiting for it. I'm gonna put it on high so that it goes back to boiling. These guys here are getting softer.
What is the difference between the two?
Okay, so there's no difference. This we're gonna use on both pasta, okay? And this we're gonna use on only one pasta. So this is an ingredient that is gonna be used on both, and this one is an ingredient that is gonna be used on the one with the green pesto.
What's a nice vegetarian alternative?
Vegetarian alternative is just that, we know that.
Nice.
You know, so if you wanna do just like a plain, what we call it, okay, so
Plain salmon or salmon with zucchini? or-
exactly. So now I have basically what's going on. You're so dead at the back. Okay, now we've got half a cup of. We have a half a cup of, or almost a cup, half a cup of. Let me see. No, 1 cup of Italian parsley. Okay, so I put it in this container because this is the one I'm going to use to make the green pesto. So 1 cup of parsley, then we wait for the zucchini. We'll put the cream, fresh cream. We're gonna put, let me just count it on, I don't know how many ounces. This is actually, it's gonna be, okay, 1 ounce, 2 ounces. Okay, let's see how many more. So far we put 2 ounces. Let's see how much more liquid we need. And that very much depends on the liquidity of the zucchini. Okay, we don't want it to be too liquid. It's gonna have some, also because there's the butter and the olive oil already that creates some liquidity. You can say that. Okay, now I'm taking this off because it doesn't need to be totally cooked. There it is. It's cooked, but it's not, but it's still hard. Okay, a touch. There it is. So now I'm gonna pour it into the container where we're gonna blend it with the hand blend machine, however you wanna call it. There's all the juice coming down, which is a combination between the butter, the olive oil, and the juice created by the zucchini, I guess. And remember, I have used salt already. I have salted it. In the meantime, the water is, you know, keep on boiling. I hope this is going to work. And if it doesn't work with a hand blend, let's see. There it is.
So
Okay.
could you repeat that again, what you did there?
Say that again.
What did you do there?
I put 1 cup of parsley, 2 ounces of fresh cream, and the zucchini that I stir fried in olive oil and butter, and with a little bit of salt.
Do you have to blend it all the way, or can you leave some chunks?
It's up to you if you want to leave some chunks, but remember at the bottom there was the parsley, and therefore the parsley you really need to blend. So, but you can keep it. You see, 2 ounces of cream was plenty because now
Did you put olive oil in there?
olive oil was in the stir fry. Olive oil was in the, you know, in the preparation with the zucchini. So that's it. That's it.
You can
There's
use
our
that.
cream.
You can use that on other
Delicious.
pastas by itself.
Yes.
the
So if
salmon.
you don't want to use the salmon, like I've got a vegetarian water, so she's gonna have only this on her pasta, and the other ones are gonna have that and the salmon. Okay. So now, talking of, we're gonna divide. We're gonna come back here. Okay, so we're gonna divide the salmon and we're gonna put, because we want only a little bit, you know, I made it for 2 pastas. So this is the one that we're gonna use on the salmon only, okay? So it's basically a half of what we did originally. So if originally it was 400, this is about 200 grams of salmon. What is 200 grams of salmon, Luci? If you don't mind, because I don't know grams and pounds, and that's my biggest problem.
1.4 pounds of salmon slash 650 grams.
No, that's the total, but 1 point, how much? So this is about 700 ounces. 700 ounces of salmon with a fourth of an onion. And all we're gonna do now is like take back our little ounce counter.
This
So-
is one whole salmon.
One,
One whole salmon.
well, this is one fillet, but again, it depends how you buy, you know. And 3 ounces, I put 3 ounces of cream, okay? So this is your, and that's it. I mean, virtually, that's really all you need. So again, you can salt it again. Very nice. So now, if you want, you can also make it a little more interesting by adding a couple of capers. You know, capers usually works very well with salmon. Okay, so we're gonna put a few capers. We're gonna put a few capers in. I didn't put it in the ingredients list, but if you have them at home, definitely use them. I think someone is, if you can please mute. Okay, there it is. So I put a couple of capers, and the capers, what they do, they just give it a little bit of acidity. Okay, they give acidity to the dish, which is always nice to have a little bit of acidity. Okay, so now we've got the water boiling, and we're gonna start putting the pasta in, and virtually we're gonna be done by the end of this. I said it was gonna be a very quick recipe. So there's your pasta. Now we're gonna lower the heat a little bit, you know, 7 out of 10. And now we're gonna take it very, very gently because we don't want it to break. And 1 and 2. There it is. Very gently. And you can see it's already broken. I mean, this box has been all over the world. So I guess we're lucky enough that it's not totally broken. There it is. Okay, we're gonna put 1 for the moment. I'm not gonna put both of them because, you know, all I need now is for you to see the final product. There we go. Okay, so we let it cook. So now you're gonna ask, how long does it take? How do you know if it's cooked or not? Generally speaking, you can check the box of the pasta, and it tells you more or less how many minutes. This one says cooking time 5 minutes. Okay, so I'll consider about 5, but you know, I never trust those boxes. I generally always taste it myself. I just take a little piece and see if it's cooked or if it still needs more time or less time. Sometimes actually it's less instead of more.
Did
Yes.
you say capers for acidity?
Yes, correct.
Where did you put the capers?
I put them in the cream, and with the cream, the salmon and the onion.
Would you put that? You didn't put that in the
No.
zucchini.
This is entirely for the one without zucchini, not with the zucchini. Otherwise they clash.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so
This
it's like,
is the one that I haven't put anything on. And I haven't even put cream on that.
yeah.
Is the one that is going to go on the zucchini. You don't want to put cream on that because the cream is already mixed in with the zucchini. This
So-
one is the one with the cream.
So you can treat it like a bagel. Like
Correct, more or less. Don't
onion,
you?
cheese,
Yeah,
salmon, and caper bagel.
exactly. I
And
guess.
with dill.
In fact, we're going to put the dill as well on top. Correct. So we can put a couple of dill pieces now, but then I really want to put it on top of the final product as well. Where is my, okay, these are my little, whatchamacallit. There it is, which just put a little bit now, just to give it some flavor, but we will put it on top of the dish at the end as well. So there it is, done. So this guy is going. So let's not forget about the pasta that is cooking. We said 5 minutes for it to be ready, and I can see it's already softening. And I can tell you that in a couple of minutes, I'll have to remove it. Okay, so Let's just clear up a little, clear the station. Clear the station. Let's put that there. This is ready for me to throw the pasta in. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Still a little hard. Okay,
What was the name of that herb again? Was
which
it,
herb?
Uh,
That was dill.
dill.
So
Okay, we're gonna do that in.
correct. So the dill is the one that I used entirely for the one with, there it is. You can go close and you can
Yeah.
see we've got a little bit of dill, salmon, cream. We said we used three, what is this, an ounce? 3 ounces. Is this an
Yeah.
ounce? Yeah. 3 ounces of cream. You don't want it too creamy. You still want to taste the flavor of the salmon. And I saved some to use as decoration because
Yeah.
dill is beautiful.
So
to
treat
decorate.
it like a bagel. That's my advice.
Treat it like a bagel if you want to say that. I'm not a big, connoisseur of bagels, but okay, you can see that the pasta is not ready yet because you can see it's still a little stiff. And so it needs a few more minutes. So what you usually do, I cut a piece and I taste it and virtually is 2 more minutes away. I'll eat it anyway. But rather take it out a little hard than overcooked. And the reason being because by the time you are finishing off with everything else, it keeps on cooking, even if it's not in the boiling water. If it sits in the colander, it keeps on cooking. So rather it be a little undercooked. Okay, so 1 minute and I think I'm gonna take it off. I try it again, but you know what, I'm gonna do it because I think this is that. So it was virtually like less than 5 minutes. Now we're gonna get the colander. Okay, that's that. Put it in the back in the what we call it, in the pot. Now we're taking 2 plates and we're gonna do the. So generally speaking, we can put the pasta in the pot directly. Okay, there it is. Or you can put the sauce on top as you prefer. So
you're
that's
plating it now.
I'm plating it. So you mix it in. Okay, there it is.
Beautiful.
So plating it. I'm gonna have to do it with.
Wow.
Okay, that's that, and you can see it's quite like it's not overly creamy. You don't want it overly creamy. There it is. I find that pasta in too much maybe. Pasta in America, they just put so much cream and so much. So there it is. So this is basically for 2 dishes, you need like 3 to 4 ounces of cream only. Okay, this is this and another plate, and you've got your thingy. Then the other one, what we're gonna do the same thing. So we're gonna take our green pesto, which, as you know, we got from the zucchini, the parsley, so a different type of herb, and what else was there? The butter and the cream. So very, very simple. Okay, take the pasta, put it in there. Actually, I think I put a little too much of that, but it's fine. Let's do that. Okay, mix it. Use a fork. Yeah, I put too much sauce. Let me just put a little more pasta in because it just went a little too wild. This is gonna be. I'm gonna replate it properly. Right now, I'm just mixing it. The zucchini sauce is delicious, to be honest. I tasted it and it was very nice. So there it is. I'm gonna replate it just because I want to show you how much you need. You really don't need a lot of cream. There we go. 1. all you needed was like, that's it. That's the way it's supposed to look. Not more than that in terms of amount of the pesto on the pasta. Okay, that's that. And then you take your,
Do you put cheese on the Italian?
no, you don't put any cheese. And the reason being, because
on any of these dishes.
no, because you don't put cheese with fish. So
What
if
about
you want,
what about the pesto one?
no, you don't put cheese. And you don't put cheese with that, with what's his name?
The plain zucchini?
Plain zucchini, yes.
Okay.
Plain zucchini, yes. If you were doing plain zucchini, I would say yes. So you put a little bit of your parsley, because remember, we didn't use dill here, we used the parsley. And if you want, you can sprinkle a little bit of olive oil, which I always
Would
love to
lemon work
do.
on this?
Lemon you want? Yeah, you can. There it is, one. But remember, this one has what's his name? What is that? Capers. So that's already kind of your acidity.
Ash says, looks amazing already, so no measuring. Also no measuring. It takes a true chef to gauge ingredients like this.
Oh, thank you. Well, there it goes. I hope it looks as nice as this. I think it's going to be very tasty. And we're going to have, hopefully we are going to have a lovely, lovely dinner. There it is. So let's put that there. We got it.
And so
There it is. And we can wait, last little bit, if you want to,
just
sprinkle a little bit of black pepper, which is always nice as a touch on both. There it is.
and just to
As simple as that. How easy was this recipe? It was incredibly easy. The pasta takes very quick. As long as the ingredients are good, you can't go wrong. It's just impossible to go wrong.
Jen
And the
says,
colors are beautiful.
Jen says, so this is really 3 variations on one dish of one
Yes,
preparation.
exactly. Correct. With this can be also vegetarian, as you said. This obviously cannot be vegetarian. This cannot be vegan because we use cream. I don't know if the ones who want to do a vegetarian version with no fish want to use the non-dairy cream.
It makes good leftovers because you can make different combinations of everything.
Correct, because I've got a lot over there and I can use it for other things. And the green cream I can use it for, as a spread.
Speaking of leftovers,
Yes.
how long can you keep this in the fridge?
Not a long time, because remember, fish you can't leave in the fridge for too long. You gotta have, maximum 1 or 2 days, and then I would just say eat it or throw it away if you haven't. But obviously the green one can stay a little longer, but this is the kind of pasta that doesn't really last forever. I mean, if it was like a lasagna or melanzana parmigiana, that can sit and get even better with time. But this, I think you
Fresh.
cook it and you eat it. Well, there it is. So I'm hoping you enjoyed it. As you know, I always do this to kind of, advertise my Italian tours of Italy. So if you enjoyed what you saw and you want to learn more in Italy itself, you know where to find me. You can send me a message now on the chat if you want, or you can go on www.itftravel.com. And I'm hoping to bring you on one of my tours. And yes, I'll see you in a couple of weeks for something else. I'm leaving at the beginning of May to go to Italy for my tours. So I just want to let you know that from the beginning of May onwards, there will be no more lessons for a couple of months. I tried last year to do it from Italy and from South Africa when I went, but it was a little bit of a disaster because of the time difference. So I've decided I'm not going to do lessons while I'm 7 hours ahead. Yes, one question.
But you can find fun videos on your Instagram of what we're doing.
Yes, of course. Yeah, on my Instagram. Hopefully, if I recorded this, I'm gonna add it to my on my Instagram or on my website. So if you wanna check out all the various steps, if my kid have managed to record it, I will upload it on my website so that for you to.
And you'll be taking fun videos of your trip in Sicily.
Of course, yes, I'm gonna be posting and all of that. So Okay, and
wait, last
yes,
thing?
one more question.
Just a quick recap of what is in each dish, just to review, please.
A what? Sorry.
Quick recap, just to overview what's in each dish. Last.
Okay, very quickly, simple. Okay, I used a half an onion, like which was bigger than this, but for both, you can use a half or a fourth. We like onion, so we don't mind eating a lot of onion, but you can use a little less than what we used. Fresh salmon. You can also use smoked salmon if you prefer. It's absolutely fine, but we use fresh. And we actually used the wild caught, which, you know, we wanted to try and we spent a little more, but, you know, it's good for the environment and good for us. Cream, fresh cream is going to be fresh cream on both. And the cream was used in this one in the actual green sauce, and in this one together with the fish itself. And zucchini, I said we use the baby zucchini instead of the big non-tasty ones. And then this one goes with parsley, and this one goes with dill. In this one, you can add capers to give it like an extra bite.
Would minced garlic add more flavor to the dish?
Do not use minced garlic. No, that is no. Don't. No, I didn't use any garlic. This is a mild, delicate flavor. So and also do not use minced garlic from a can or from that is just like my biggest thing. So if you want to use garlic,
Personal preference. Though.
no, it's not personal. That don't do it.
Never from a can. they
Never
say.
from a can,
Or a
never
jar.
chopped, never from jar. No, don't. Always use fresh garlic if you have to. It's a little more time consuming, but it's always better, also better for you.
If it doesn't expire in 1 month, don't use it.
Yeah, if it doesn't expire in 2 weeks, don't use it. I know, yeah, for one. Okay, so the music is going up. Good night. Good night, everyone. Enjoy your dish if you cook with me, and I'll speak to you or see you hopefully in a couple of weeks.